The Scream franchise is far from over, and honestly, this latest update might be the most shocking one yet. Just when fans thought Scream May 7th have given Sidney Prescott one final chapter, the studio has officially decided to move ahead with Scream 8. But what makes this news truly exciting is not just the sequel itself, it's who is writing it. The new movie is being written by Nora and Lilla Zuckerman, the same creative duo who are behind Hulu's canceled Buffy the Vampire Slayer revival pilot. That alone changes the conversation. These writers are not random names brought in to keep the machine going. They are known for building layered mysteries, sharp character work, and psychologically intense storytelling through shows like Poker Face, Fringe, Prodigal Son, and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. This means Scream 8 could finally lean harder into the mystery roots that made the original Ghostface storylines so addictive. Instead of relying only on nostalgia and brutal kills, the next chapter might focus on a smarter whodunit structure that rewards hardcore fans. Now let's talk about the bigger reason this sequel happened so fast. Scream May 7th have divided critics, but financially, it absolutely dominated. The movie exploded at the global box office, crossing the $200 million mark and becoming the highest-grossing film in franchise history. That kind of number sends a clear message to the studio. Audiences still want Ghostface, no matter how many times the mask comes back. And that's where things get really interesting. Scream 7 brought back Sidney Prescott in a major way, with Neve Campbell returning after missing Scream 6. For longtime fans, her return gave the franchise emotional weight again. But now the big question is, does Sidney return for Part 8? Right now, no cast members are officially attached, but it's hard to imagine the studio not trying to bring her back after how strongly audiences responded. The bigger twist, however, is Kevin Williamson stepping back. Williamson, the legendary writer behind the original 1996 Scream and director of Scream 7, has already made it clear he does not plan to return as writer or director for the next film. That means Scream 8 could be the first truly new creative vision in years. For some fans, that's terrifying. For others, it might be exactly what this franchise needs. Because let's be honest, one of the biggest criticisms of the newer sequels has been repetition. The formula still works. Opening kill, suspect list, meta-commentary, killer reveal. But audiences are getting smarter, and the franchise needs a fresh psychological edge. That's where the Zuckerman sisters might completely transform the game. Their television work proves they know how to create tension through dialogue, character secrets, and layered reveals. Imagine a Scream 8 where Ghostface isn't just another copycat killer chasing fame. Imagine a killer who is deeply connected to Sidney's forgotten past, or maybe someone tied to the fallout of Scream 7's controversial ending. That kind of emotional horror could make this sequel feel essential instead of just another studio cash-in. There's also the legacy character factor. Scream 7 proved the franchise is no longer afraid to bring back dead characters in unconventional ways. Fans were stunned by the return of Stu Macher through Matthew Lillard's involvement, which instantly reignited theories that no death in this universe is truly permanent. So what if Scream 8 pushes that idea even further? Matthew Lillard, could we see more hallucinations, flashbacks, hidden survivors, or secret accomplices tied to earlier films? That kind of speculation is exactly why this story is so viral. Horror fans don't just watch Scream, they investigate it. Every line of dialogue becomes a clue. Every returning character becomes a suspect. Every new cast announcement turns into a theory war. What also makes this sequel fascinating is the timing. The writers were originally developing the Buffy, new Sunnydale revival with Sarah Michelle Gellar, but Hulu unexpectedly killed the project after the pilot was completed. Instead of continuing in supernatural horror, they are now jumping directly into one of the biggest slasher franchises in history. That shift could actually work in Scream's favor, because Buffy was always built on metaphorical horror, character trauma, and emotional stakes. Bringing that DNA into Ghostface world could give the franchise a darker, more personal tone. And let's not ignore the online reactions. Across horror communities and Reddit, fan responses are split right down middle. Some are excited that fresh writers might save the series, while others believe Scream 7 already felt like closure and that the studio is moving too fast simply because the box office numbers were too good to ignore. That division itself creates viral momentum because debate fuels clicks, comments, and watch time. Now here's my theory. The smartest move for Scream 8 would be to make the killer reveal deeply tied to the franchise's obsession with legacy. The older movies were about surviving trauma. The newer movies became about inheriting it. The next logical step is making Ghostface itself the legacy, an idea bigger than one person. What if multiple survivors from different eras are being hunted because someone wants to erase the entire history of the franchise? That instantly raises the stakes beyond another isolated killing spree. From an audience psychology perspective, this sequel has everything needed to explode online. Mystery, nostalgia, controversy, and endless theory potential. Even people who dislike Scream 7 are still going to click because the new writers represent hope for a smarter sequel. So yes, Scream 8 is officially happening. The Zuckerman sisters are writing. Kevin Williamson is stepping back, and Ghostface is preparing for another return. The only real question now is whether this becomes the sequel that reinvents the franchise or the one that finally breaks it. Either way, horror fans are going to be watching. And if the writers truly bring the layered suspense energy they used in their past mystery work, Scream 8 might become the most unpredictable Ghostface movie in years.